As I was not very steeped in the comics.
I didn't read any comics or do any research.
I wasn't familiar with the comics. I wasn't familiar with the movies.
We didn't lean into a whole lot of the history of the comic books.
Yeah, candidly, we were not enormous comic fans.
I wasn't super into superhero comics when I was a kid. I read a lot of like indie press stuff.
First thing I was told is don't read the comics.
Really?
As a creator, they put you in a bubble. They don't let you talk about any of the other projects, right?
You know, they're up for anything.
We ultimately decided to redefine it for the series and thought that it worked better for the story that we're trying to tell.
Did you ever read you've never read the comic?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
Yo people, welcome back. Now, Disney have been failing ever since they entered their era of pandering, of political messaging, of forcing agendas, of being woke, however you want to call it, and slowly but surely they've taken L after L after L, whether it was at the box office where they started losing billions, or whether it was losing millions of subscribers from Disney Plus, or even things like closing down their Star Wars hotel after 1 year of it being open. They keep forcing their agendas and blaming the fans, and we've already seen it as recently as that new Acolyte show for Disney Star Wars. No one asked for that show, no one wanted that show, they went ahead with it, they made it, they spent the money, they showed us how much political messaging and pandering there would be, whether it was the director talking about how her queer experiences are going to be in this show, or whether they're talking about how modern the show feels, and all of that stuff, the typical nonsense that they hide behind in order to not get roasted. Then they say if you don't like it, don't watch it. Then all of a sudden, when they get roasted and ratioed with more dislikes and likes, somehow it's the fans' fault. So we didn't ask for the product, they make it despite no one wanting it, so you're already going to have low views because no one asked for it. Then when it comes out and we don't want to watch it because they said if you don't like it, don't watch it, if we follow, then when the show fails, in terms of views, in terms of financial, when they get embarrassed completely, they still blame the fans and the audience despite not wanting the show and following their instructions of if you don't like it, don't watch it. That is the snowflake political messaging culture for you these days. They can never admit responsibility, they can never be held accountable, always looking for someone else to blame other than themselves, and it's been that way for Disney Plus and Disney in general for about 5 years now. And what a shock that they keep declining and losing money. Accountability is the best ability, and Disney have none, which is why the decline is even funnier. Now, recently it's come out that Disney Plus has lost Disney a grand total of about $11 billion since it began. They've been trying so hard to make it profitable, and they even had calculations that they'd finally be profitable by the end of 2024, and here we are in that year, and it's not looking likely. They'll be lucky enough to be profitable for 1/4 of the year. They keep failing, and it's pretty funny because they think that it's an engagement issue. They think that people don't want to watch because they're not interested, or maybe they're not doing good enough with the promotional material, all of that stuff. But in reality, it's a quality issue. No one wants to watch most of the garbage they release because it's predictable, it's political, it's the same thing as always, lecturing. They think they're on this high horse because they're so good, and it's rubbish. They don't focus on storytelling, none of that. Even the people that they pander to, they don't care about these shows, and these shows in general, whether they're pandered to you or not, have no replay factor. So people, if they did watch it, they won't care to watch it again, no matter if it's made for them or not. They're so blinded by their ego that now they're trying to make a Disney Plus TV channel which will do absolutely nothing. They literally created a streaming service because streaming services allow things on demand. The audience gets to watch what they want when they want and way less ads. Now they're paying to make channels, which goes against the whole point of a streaming service. Congratulations, Disney. But this is how their channels will supposedly run. Disney reportedly plans to overhaul its money-losing Disney Plus streaming service by adding standalone channels that feature ads. The so-called fast channels, free ad-supported streaming television, offered by apps like Pluto and Tubi, would tap hit shows from its vast library to create a 24-hour Simpson option, and major franchises such as Marvel and Disney, according to the information. Good luck on getting views on those channels, by the way, when they put garbage like Secret Invasion, The Acolyte, The Book of Boba Fett, Miss Marvel, and all that garbage that is on over at the Marvel channel, the Star Wars channel, all of that stuff. The thing is as well that Disney Plus actually started well with The Mandalorian carrying that platform at first, especially during the lockdown. Then they dropped season 2 and that boosted it even more. You had the odd show like WandaVision that did well as well. But the cracks started to appear with shows like The Kenobi Show, Book of Boba Fett, Miss Marvel, and all these garbage things. Then it became a case of, if it was a show that people wanted to watch, they'd ruin it with identity politics, or not stick to the law, and just not focus on storytelling at all. And if they didn't do that, then they'd make shows that nobody asked for and still filter it in with agendas and all of that stuff. It's really easy to understand how they are failing, and until they don't snap out of it and accept defeat, they will continue to lose money, continue to call the audience sexist, misogynistic, racist, all of that stuff, when their own people they pander to call the shows crap. But yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, drop a like on the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're new around here, thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day.